I thought I had all my text file all set up properly, but as you guys can see, not the case. Apologies for that. You get that fixed. It should be 350.
General quarters.
And this one should also be 350. I don't understand why it changes. 350, there we go. Alright, let me check options in here, make sure that nothing's changing. Whatever. Alright, we'll just leave it like this. And I'll mess with it a little bit later. Alright, well, I hope you guys had a great stream. So it looks like WEH8SUBS is forced to field a bot. Now, there were a couple of players available to sub in if needed. Starfleet 1701, I know he's a super tester as well. There's Daemonus, also a super tester. Sporkhead, super tester. Opposing them, we've got... I didn't talk about the team lineups. Apologies, I was fixing the silly text box. So we've got Jorn Grevis in a Kremlin, Daemonus in a Petropavlovsk with a newly released unique upgrade, Starfleet in a Napoli with gun reload, and then Sporkhead in a Daring. Let's take a look at the opposite side. So WEH8SUBS bringing with them a Schlieffen, main battery and secondary build. Got ourselves next up a Napoli. Bot Des Moines just lost his front turret. Oof. And this bot Des Moines has no commander skills. I wonder if they put it in with low skill or whatever. In any case, there he goes. And then finally we've got a Salem. I guess the team decides they need that super heal so that they're able to pick up more hit point. They're able to heal with that super heal. Polar is a very small map, and you can see what happened to Daemonus in the Petro. He didn't realize just how small this map is. It's one of my favorite maps in this game, by the way. So, down one ship, WEH8SUBS is forced to try to find a way to make a play, get a kill. Jay Frogger being very cautious with that Schlieffen. We've seen Schlieffen so far not be very effective. Nelson backs out of the cap. That feels like a bit of a mistake. He's spotted and shooting. I think he needs to just get the cap and then worry about shooting. But my guess is everybody called out, we need all shots on Daemonus now. Try to get this Petro gone. Daemonus has managed to go dark now despite having a fire on. And it's just as well because he's out of heals and at 3,000 hit points already in this match. Whoa, good dodge of shells there. But Daemonus is dark now. Like I said, he's out of heals, so he really can't afford to move forward and be spotted again. If I'm that team, if I'm BOGGZDANOFF Gamers, I'm parking him behind an island. And just telling him beach an island and stay there and just go make some coffee, make a sandwich. whatever. You know what I mean? Kremlin now hitting the W key as Team WEH8SUBS grabs the A cap. And Daemonus got spotted. Shells went out for him. They weren't able to connect. HMS Made Nelson now using that radar. Oh, Daemonus goes down. That was a really good use of that short-range T-Rex radar. I suppose a Des Moines isn't that important on this particular map, huh? You know, didn't Polar get the updated animals and stuff that sometimes you might see, like dolphins and whatnot? I wonder if we might see that at some point. Like, maybe the next map, I'll try to search for that at the start of the game. Oh, Made Nelson just takes a big Kremlin to the face. You can't do that. They still haven't capped C. Oh, look at this. Look at this, boys and girls. A Napoli smoking a Schlieffen, but he's moving a little bit too fast. He's got to slow down. Trying to get the Schlieffen out of trouble. He just got spotted. So they know what's going on there, but that's a brilliant use of smoke. Allows them to get into B. Schlieffen Hydro catches both of these ships. Spork head into Daring goes down to the Schlieffen. Made Nelson's found a nice spot to get some free shots on this Kremlin. He's got to stay frosty though, so he doesn't get himself whacked. Schlieffen did some good work on the Kremlin there on Jorn Grievous. And there he goes. 2 ships down in one spot, and only 1 ship remains. Starfleet 1701 in the Napoli. All by his lonesome. So this game, interesting. WEH8SUBS manages to win this. Most likely they're going to win this with a bot on their team. Can you believe it? Now the question is this team going to win harder, or are they just going to relax and play smart and let this Napoli just die, you know, easily? We'll have to see. Damon says teams are swapped. I'm on WEH8SUBS. Okay. Normally, the team... Yeah, BOGGZDANOFF Gamers is on the alpha side. Okay, well, whatever. And they're supposed to be on the alpha spawn. Oh well. That's game. Let's go get our death pick. Team Bravo is our winner, which I guess is BOGGZDANOFF Gamers, I'm being told. Alright, well, congratulations, I guess, then to BOGGZDANOFF, and I guess that means I don't have to make the change in our setup. So let's go ahead and go to our tournament page. All right, well, here we are again. Polar, BOGGZDANOFF gamers, bringing with them that Kremlin we saw, Naturalist in the Napoli, Bots Des Moines,
Battle starts.
and Maid Nelson once again in the Salem. Opposing them to the south, this time for real, is WEH8SUBS, and this is going to be Daemonus in the Petropavlovsk. Starfleet 1701 in the Napoli. We've got our Kremlin. And then finally, Sporkhead with the COTS ready Salem. You hate to see it, guys. Somebody forgot to spec their ship. Remember, this is a tournament in which everybody has press accounts. And so because they have press accounts, they need to rebuild all of their ships by hand. So it's the modules, flags, commander skills, and camouflages too, I suppose, if you want to color coordinate everything. And, oops. Let's call it an oops. Sorry about that. As to be expected, the Des Moines spotted going straight into B because that's what bots do best. Is going to go down. Once again, he loses a front turret. That's interesting. That Des Moines, by the way, is still... Nope, never mind. I'm surprised the bot is Des Moines. Because honestly, Nautilus just took a big hammering from that Kremlin. Sporkhead getting some shells back in his face, though. But yeah, as I was trying to say, last COTS, we actually had a couple of games where teams won with a bot. And what they used for their bot was a Marseille. Because the Marseille's pretty chunky, pretty healthy. Nautilus hasn't used his Inky yet. I'm really surprised he hasn't smoked. I guess he figures he's in Petropavlovsk range, so what's the point? But you might as well burn out that radar. Because if you get that radar on cooldown, hey, maybe there's other plays that can be made, you know? Neither team, worth noting, neither team is going for the C-cap. And Damon is playing much more cautiously at the start this time. Nautilus is still just happy to sit here and just take all the shells. I'm really surprised by this. More hits coming in from the Petro. And there he goes. See, if he smokes, there's at least that 6-second delay from the radar detecting him. That would allow him a little bit more freedom, or at the very least slow the bleeding down. But whatever, he didn't smoke. Maid Nelson once again taking some Kremlin shells. I forgot to mention Jay Frogger this time. Both battleships being Kremlins. Interesting to see the dropping of the Schlieffen. Because I'll tell you, last game, I felt like that was the first time that Schlieffen was used properly. Okay, so we got our Des Moines our Napoli and our Salem, both just sitting here trying to attrition out a Kremlin and a Salem. My problem is the Napoli is spotted. And Frogger is absolutely looking his way. Let's follow these shells. One hits in the bow. There you go. Now he's properly behind the island. Now he's able to shoot over. He's got a fire going, though. There's the DCP. I was wondering when we were going to see that. John Grievous gets into the B-cap for Team WE8SUBS. And we're continuing to see just this war of attrition, and Maid Nelson, because it's 2-on-1, is eventually going to go down here in the Salem. Or is he? He's got 7 seconds, 5 seconds until his next heal comes up, and it's a super heal because it's a Salem. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. There's the button. There's the DCP. And he manages to save his ship for now. But, why did you keep going? Because we have some hot Kremlin on Kremlin action over here, and Grievous is very much focused on Frogger. Who's gonna win this drive-by? Remember, when you do a drive-by, you zoom out. You zoom out. Daemonus goes down to the Salem, showing broadside, AP and everything. Oh... I guess reload wasn't ready, the guns weren't loaded. Frogger missed his perfect attempt in that drive-by. Wow. So, question is, now that all three of WE8SUBS is in A, Maid Nelson's got to be careful. He still can't believe he survived. Look at this. His next super heal is now ready. Broadside Kremlin? Yes, please. Oh. Could have been a lot more. It does damage the turret, forces out the DCP. John Grievous might go down here, actually. That would be huge. Because now it's 2-on-2 then. There he goes. Maid Nelson just making stuff work with this Salem. Kremlin just beaches. You might as well. You don't want to show broadside and get AP'd, but at the same time, he's only got one turret then to shoot back at these two ships. Who's in the lead right now? BOGGZDANOFF, Team Green. He's technically in the lead by only 6 points. Oh, Frogger manages to save the ship with the heal. Starfleet shot his guns and then goes dark. And then pops his Inky. You can't do that. Wait, that's illegal. Smokefire penalty says no. And Kremlin says no as well. If you want to pop your smoke like that, you absolutely cannot afford to fire your guns. You hold guns, trigger discipline, and then move forward and just, you know, do dirty, nasty things with your SAP secondaries. So, at this point, I don't see a way back in for WE8SUBS. Got 5 minutes to go in the battle. I doubt it'll last that long. I mean, Frogger just needs to come around and smash him in the face with his AP, and that will do it. Here it comes. Let's get ready for our death pick. There it is. BOGGZDANOFF Gamers wins one more game. And there we go. Got our death picks. Congratulations, BOGGZDANOFF. Going 2-0 in that series. Alright, now one thing I